Next speaker will be Eli Chavez, followed by Silvio Dell'Angela, followed by Mike Gomez, followed by Kenneth Ellis. Once your name has been called, if you would please come to the front and be prepared to speak. Eli, welcome.
Good evening, Vice President Sanchez and Council. I wanted to express a few facts in regards to the linkage the NRA has with the APD. The NRA founded the Law Enforcement Alliance of America, and that was back in 1991. And they've contributed millions of dollars for law enforcement and also to state judges. And I just can't understand why Councilman Harris nominated one person that belongs to the NRA on the POC. That's going to be another rubber stamp for the APD. We're tired of that. We need regular people on that council. And I urge you to cancel every meeting from now on in regards to the OPC until you guys get it together. We need normal people there. I can't even get on it because I'm a retired DEA special agent. That would be labeled as a rubber stamp. It's simple. I'm not begging you, because I know you guys, we have 4 people here that voted for the DOJ not to come in here at all. Listening to the other speakers in front of me, the city has a law about the wage increase. Guys, take advantage of this. Kick those guys out of there and make them pay the employees. We're fighting the same. We're going in a cycle and cycle. Any questions?
Thank you, Eli.
Thank you.
Next speaker, Silvio Dell'Angela, followed by Mike Gomez.
You know, our lawyer, David Turek, is an embarrassment, as is our mayor. This is an attorney and a mayor for the rich. You know, he messed over Johnny Robinson, a black man. See, saw no problem with favoring the white owners of Smith gas station. Now he says he can't afford a minimum wage. You know, but he can, somehow the city can find $44 million to pay to defend rogue and killer cops. You know, he thinks, and the mayor thinks, that, all the minimum wage employee has to do is sue. Well, if a minimum wage employee had enough money, he could sue. But it's minimum wage. Or don't you understand that, Mr. Turek? Then we have another tax rip-off, and like in a rigged contract, like with this, quote-unquote, with this downtown grocery store that's not a grocery store. You know, I can't even get David Turek to answer my emails when Miss Bailey makes up things. You know, you talked about the POC meeting, how corrupt it was, and Eli mentioned that. You should have deferred the meetings. We're going to have 26 more people messed over tomorrow because we're going to take our time changing it. You know, they hear CPCs that are 2 years old. There's nothing time sensitive about that. You could have canceled it. You could defer it until you clean it up. You know, we had another killing by a cop on the 9th of February. And you know, surprise, surprise, there's no blood test that was done on it. There's no recordings by any of the 10 cops. Why should I be surprised about Chief Schultz and the cover-ups? Check out the Eye on Albuquerque. Check the Eye on Albuquerque. They're going to tell you what you won't read in the journal. They have an enlightening little conversation between Chief Schultz and Miss Levy on a future forgetfulness intended on a part of a witness. You're a disgrace.
Thank you, Silvio.
Mr. Turek, and the mayor's a disgrace.
Thank you. Next speaker, Mike Gomez. Please hold your applause. Mike Gomez, followed by Kenneth Ellis, followed by Marvin Gladstone.
No, hello, councilors. Another wonderful meeting. I bet you you're just smiling to see us, aren't you? We're never going to go away until you do something. Do something. Just don't sit there. The blood is on your hands. Another one of Chief Schultz's finest, killing a 21-year-old girl. I mean, and another one, beating his wife, trying to keep him from going out on duty drunk. I mean, Chief Schultz, he's supposed to be the leader, but he has never once taken responsibility for any of his people. Mayor Barry, he's a coward. He never has once in 2 years been here to address us here. He's a coward. And Chief Schultz, he should be fired. He should resign. You should recommend his termination because he is putting a blood screen on the city. He is not stopping any of it. And you, counselors, have been watching it now for years, and you're not doing anything about it. The public should be so disappointed in all of you. All of you. I am. These new people who's coming up here, you haven't seen before. The lady who was just sick. She's sick of it too. I never seen her before in my life, and she's over here acting like she was here all the time, seeing what's going on. And I mean, many more people is catching on, folks. And today we had a decision by another district judge that says it was unjust for what one of Chief Schultz's finest done. Another unjust killing. But at least this one wasn't justified.
Thank you. Next speaker, Kenneth Ellis, followed by Marvin Gladstone. If you would, please hold your applause.
Hello, councilors. What I'm going to present here is some facts that should have been adhered to a long time ago. 2008, former LAPD Deputy Chief Lou Ritter was hired to analyze whether there existed a blue wall of silence and a blue shield within the Albuquerque Police Department, and whether APD Chief Raymond Schultz supported such illegal and unethical action. Deputy Chief Lou Ritter concluded that not only were there such things of codes of silence in APD, but Chief Ray Schultz supported and reinforced that behavior. To prove it, Deputy Chief Ritter said in his report, there are 5 certain rules you don't break in police departments. Those rules are: acknowledge that there is a blue code of silence exists and that there has been potential to be active in a police department. Encourage and reward employees who come forward with information. You folks have this. I'll let you read it. I'm going to skip down. The fact is that APD Chief Ray Schultz continues to break these rules as common as today as he did in 2008. Deputy Chief Ritter determined that Chief Schultz was breaking them back then. Ray Schultz continues to punish employees who report misconduct. He denies that the department is in a tailspin. He discredits his officers when most of them report that the morale is low. He has no guidelines to protect officers who do the right thing, and there is no training offered to cops who teach them that the blue code of silence is unacceptable. We have cops who have faked reports mailed. We have cops that get fired for being truthful. We have cops who get punished for doing their jobs. We have supervisors unfit to be patrolling officers and wear the stars and bars. We have cops who can't retire fast enough because of they're sick of the work of the man who preaches one thing and practices another. As citizens of one great city, we deserve better. Enough is enough. Any questions?
Thank you, Ken.
You bet. Thank
next
you.
speaker will be Marvin Gladstone, followed by Carl Kalm, followed by Christopher Burchett.